So here's how to design something like this on Canva with so much ease. I'm going to walk you through how to get this done.
First of all, I'm going to add a new page, and this is going to be the background color. So if you want to get the exact background color, come to color. Let me show you the color code so you get to see what I use. So this is a particular color code. This is it, right? So I come back here now. The next thing I did was to go to my elements, and I searched for this particular stuff you're seeing here. So let me show you the name as well. Go to info. All right, so you can see glowing yellow dot lights. Okay, that's what I use here. So I increased the size a little bit and I dragged it upward. Then I applied a little bit of transparency to it. So go and look for transparency and increase the transparency, reduce the transparency a little bit. Okay, so that's done. Now the next thing I did was to sort out the image. So let's go to my upload. I already have these pictures uploaded, and it was downloaded from Pinterest. Okay, so let's go down to where we have some of these pictures. Okay, so this is it. So I'm going to remove the background. That's the first thing I did here. So now when the background is off, I will reduce the size, adjust it from the side, and then reduce the size a little bit. Then I'm going to duplicate this, duplicate again. So I have all three of them now, right? So what I did next was to rotate it a little bit, so like this. I'm going to rotate this one as well a little bit, and then click on the middle one. Then come over to where I have my position. I'm going to bring it forward. Okay, so you can see now that it's forward. So the next thing was to select all three of them. So select multiple. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to group them. So all three of them have been grouped, right? So I'm going to make sure they are in the middle, then duplicate it again. Then I'm going to rotate this as well. Make sure it is 180 degree. Okay, 180 degree is the perfect size. So I bring it underneath here. Okay, it's also in the middle now. I want it to be in the middle of this. So now I'm going to go to position again, send it backward. Okay, and then drag it like this. Okay, then I'll go over to my transparency. I'm going to reduce the transparency a little bit. Okay, so you can see now. Okay, so this is how I was able to achieve it. Now the next thing I did was to make it look so realistic. I go to element and I'm going to search for shadow, and we're going to use this particular shadow you're seeing here. So this is the shadow I use. So if you want to know the exact shadow, go to info as usual so you can get the exact name. So this is the name, realistic dark drop shadow. Okay, so I'll bring it to here underneath here, and I'm going to send it backward. So go to position again and send it backward. So you see how realistic it looks. So I'll drag it a little bit. Okay, so that's how I got here. Now the next thing I did was to put in my write-up, and to not make this video look so long, I'm just going to head over here. So these are the write-up I use. So now let me just quickly show you how you can create a component on Canva. So that way it makes it easy for you. You don't need to start recreating every single thing you're doing from the start. So click on this particular text now, and click these three dots, select multiple, click here, and you see shampoo, right? So I'm going to group them. First of all, group it before you create component, right? So I'm going to name this component as now new arrival, and I click on create. That way, if I go to the new page, I'm showing you now how to create this particular design. All I need to do is to just go and select this particular component, new arrival. It makes the work very, very easy. Okay. Now let's do for the next one, which is this write-up you're seeing here. So this write-up you're seeing here is from Loperium. If you want to get it, let me show you how to get this particular one. But before then, let me create a component with this button that you're seeing here. So I'm going to click here, select this one, select multiple, click on the shampoo, I click on group, and I'm going to create component and call it button or CTA, whatever the case may be. I click on create. All right, so I already created two components that'll make my work a bit easier. So now the next thing I did was this test you're seeing underneath. So let me show you how that one is done. So I'm going to head back here now. First of all, let's look for component. So you see component here. I'm going to bring in the first one, which is a new arrival, and you see it here.
This is the essence of creating the component. It makes your work kind of easy, right? So I go to the next one, which is the button or call to action, and I drag it here. So it's in the middle now. Now let me show you how to get those menu right up. Now you go to app. Okay, when you come to app, I think it's the first thing you're going to see here. But in case you don't see it, just search for quick lorem. All right, search for quick lorem instant mock test. So it generates mock test for you automatically. So I click on open, and I'm going to decide the number of words I want. Okay, so let's say 50 words. So if 50 words are too much, I just reduce the size to 40. Okay, and I click on add to design. So when you do that, it will automatically add it to your design, and you can see it right here. So it's now your choice to adjust it the way you want it to be. So I come here to color, and I'll give it a bright color, something that is bright. Okay, and I can increase the size if I want to. Go to my format. I'm going to centralize this, and then that is how we got here. Okay, so if you want to also increase the size more than the way it is, your choice. Okay, that's your choice. So you see the way I'm increasing it, that's how it is being done. Now I think we've achieved 95% of this particular design. What is left is those leaves by the side. So now let me show you how I did that. So go to elements, and you can search for leaf. So when you search for leaf, you get to see a lot of them that will show up. So I picked this particular leaf you're seeing here. Okay, so I could just drag it somewhere here. You can see I'll duplicate it, and I'll bring it here. I'm going to rotate it as usual, and reduce the size if possible. Rotate it again, and then I also duplicated again. I brought it underneath somewhere here. I'm going to rotate it now, and then have a smaller version of it. So that's how I was able to achieve this design using Canva. So if you want to learn more about Canva, you might want to consider joining my Canva to Profit community, where I teach you not just only how to design, but also how you can get your design printed for your clients. So see you in my community. Bye.